And we're live. All right, let me just make everything working correctly. And then we will start in just a couple seconds. All right, we seem to be working okay. Just gonna make sure it looks fine. All right, cool. So, as I promised, we have a Gaslands battle report live stream here with my brother.
Hey!
So, just a couple of quick notes. We will be playing using the new sponsors of the Highway Patrol and, Scarlet Ann. Or Scarlet Annie, I guess. And then one quick other thing, we are playing on a cool mat here, as you can see. This is just a paper mat, actually, that is printed out from, that's a different language. Yeah. It's printed out from this website. Once the video gets posted, I'll try and post a link to this website where you can get this mat. It's just a print and tapes together really easily. So we are doing a battle, basically just one-on-one. This team against my brother's team. Last car standing, that kind of stuff with turrets. So look at the teams real quick. I just want to mention, when I was making these teams, I totally forgot that there's a whole rule with how many build slots you're allowed to have. So we're just kind of ignoring that for this one here. So we got my team here, which is Highway Patrol. We have a pickup truck with a front-facing heavy machine gun, a machine gun front-facing, and handguns. It also has the pit maneuver ability, and a car which has front-facing rockets, front-facing machine gun, and a mine also with the pit. Then my brother over here, he's got a Scarlet Ann bus with upgraded crew 212, harpoon, front-facing harpoon, rear-facing mines, a front-facing ram, a shotgun, which is 360, and of course handguns. So, looks like we have one person on. It's nice to see you, yeah boys. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and roll off for pole position starting out. There is yours. Go ahead and roll. A 6, and I got a 4. So my brother has pole position. We now roll to see how many turrets we're setting up. 9 turrets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All I have is 8 of these. So we'll just go ahead and use 8. Unless I can find something really quick to stand in as the 9th turret. Let's see. I found something that we can use to stand in as the 9th turret. Here we go. Yes. I believe you would get that one. Alright, so yes, we're just using these 3D printed bases as turrets. And my brother gets to place the first turret. So I'll just give you a quick overview of the board as he thinks about where he's putting that. I built these nice billboards using some of the Gaslands pictures that they have online, just out of cardboard and stuff. So he placed his first turret over here. I'm going to go ahead and tuck one turret in right underneath this billboard. Go ahead. Alright, he placed there. I'm going to tuck another one in right under this billboard. Go ahead. Way over there. We'll go ahead and place one right off here. Alright, and then we're going to move that. I'm going to place my last one right there, and where will you place your last one?
Right here.
Right there. Alright. Go ahead, you get to deploy first as well. So go ahead and deploy your bus. Alright, and then I will deploy my pickup truck right here on this edge. And my car will be right next to it there. So you can kind of see Move over here so you can kind of get a full idea of the board. So there's his bus. Come around this side. There are my two vehicles. So, just make sure we got everything set up here. We've got to set up dice on our cards. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Just got to set up dice for the gear and also the health. Alright. So, this is you get to make your first move once he finishes setting up his card. He also does have the pole position marker. Alright, go ahead and make your first move.
Alright. I am going to move a medium straight.
Alright.
I get 2 dice.
Two handling dice, alright. He's rolling both. Hazard and slide.
And I have an extra shift.
Yes, and an extra shift.
I'm going to get rid of the hazard with the shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to slide.
Alright, you're not going to shift up at all?
No, I'm not.
Alright. So you'll take one hazard. And he'll slide right in there. Alright, and now we get to have the turrets shoot. So the turrets have, I believe, medium range. Yes, they have medium range. So both of these turrets are in range. So let me just check real quick how many dice they get. Let me just put this down so I can check. Turrets get 2d6. And they have 4 hull points. Alright, so this will be the first turret right here shooting. 3 hits, and you have 1 dice to defend. Alright, so you take 3 damage. And they only activate once each gear phase, so we'll use little pennies to mark that. Here's the second turret. Nothing. And that one has activated. Alright, now it's my turn to go ahead and go. I'm also going to make a medium straight with my pickup truck. And I have a handling of 2. So I'm going to take both. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to take either of them because I have a free shift. So I'll just go straight forward. Keep them from rolling. Alright, and then I got that free shift. So I will take 1 hazard and shift up to 2nd gear. Alright, and you've already activated both of your guys, or your only guy. So I get to activate my car next. He will also take a medium straight. Alright, medium straight. And he will be... I will also not do anything with him. I will just take a shift, my free shift to shift up to 2nd gear. Take 1 hazard, move him straight. Alright, so that is the end of the 1st gear phase. We now move on to the 2nd gear phase. Alright, these come off. And while we're doing some housekeeping here, I want to address a question from the comments. I had Yeah Boys ask if I ever do any car converting. I have not done any yet, but I am interested in maybe trying it sometime. Whether it's, I think it'd be interesting to start painting some miniatures and working on stuff like that. So I'm interested in looking into that at some point. While I was doing that, I just noticed that these guys were both in range. So it seems as if the truck was just barely out of range, but he was in range of this one. So he gets shot with this one, and my car gets shot at by that one. So give my brother the 2 dice. So go ahead and roll. This is the one against the truck. 1 or 2 hits because of the critical. I will roll to 2 dice defense. It's been gear 2. No defense. So the truck takes 2 damage. And then go ahead and roll for this one against the car. That's also 2. Alright, defense. Nothing. So the car also takes 2 damage. Alright, we are now in gear phase 2. Your guy is just in first gear, so I get to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just do a medium straight with my pickup truck. And go ahead and ram straight into this turret. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my free shift, take me to third gear, and go up 1 hazard. And then I will crash right into that turret. Alright. So they are destructible, so it will be destroyed right after this. It is a medium weight, head-on, and I believe all obstacles are considered in gear 0. So it will do, I'm going to declare a smash attack against it, and it will obviously do the same on me. So wait, no, actually, since I'm hitting it already, I'm just going to go ahead and declare an evade so I can try and evade what it does to me. It's a medium weight, so there's no extra special things. I'm in gear 3, so get to go ahead and roll 3 dice against my truck. 2 damage, and then I get 3 to defend since I chose to evade. Evaded 1, so I just take 1 damage with the truck, and then this turret is destroyed. Ooh, rolling forward there. Alright, cool. So that turret is destroyed, and that was my truck's movement. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the car. He's also just going to take a straight forward. No rolling, just a free shift up to third gear. And an extra hazard. Alright, that is the... Oh, I gotta move him first. Alright, that is the end of that gear phase. Looks like I may have made a mistake there. Looks like I'm headed right towards that barrier. So that's the end of gear phase 2. We now go to gear phase 3. Again, he's just in first gear, so cannot activate. I'm going to start with my truck. And I'm going to take just a turn, I believe. Oh yes, nice. Somebody in the comments gave me a good thing to think about, or to remind me of, that after every collision, both parties gain 2 hazards. But I believe, since I declared an evade, if it's 1 if both evaded. So yeah, I would gain 2 hazards further than that on my truck. Thank you for that reminder. Alright, he will now do his turn. That just puts him at 4 hazards. He will now turn in third gear. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll his 2 handling. We got 2 shifts. So I'm going to use 1 shift to go down a hazard and 1 shift to shift up 1 gear, putting me in 4th gear with 4 hazards. And then I will move him there, where he is in line, or in range of this turret right here. So go ahead and roll 2 dice attacking my truck. 2 damage. He will get 4 dice to evade. None evaded. So I will take 2 damage on my truck. Alright. Now my car will swerve. Put it just like that. And it looks like I avoid a collision, which is very nice. Car has a handling of 3. I'm going to go ahead and roll all 3. Shift, shift, slide. So I'm going to go ahead and just cancel the slide, and then shift up 1 gear, which will put me in 4th gear. with 3 hazard. We'll go right there. Alright, and that is the end of that gear phase, because yes, this turret is already activated here, so it cannot shoot at him. No one else looks like they're in range. We now go to gear phase 4. Alright, I'm going to have my car do a turn. So we'll hit that cone, so we don't do anything special with those. It's just moving them. It's just we pick them up and drop them. It kind of makes the terrain move around. It's just some interesting way of doing terrain. So 4th gear, he does gain a hazard. I will take my 3 handling dice. Spin, spin, shift. So, alright, I'm going to stay in 4th gear. So I'm going to use this to cancel a hazard, and then I'll just have both of those spins. So that puts me up to 3. So I cancel a hazard, then go, so it puts me at 4 hazards. Don't know why that took me so long. And then he would be right here, and I get a chance to spin. So I'm actually going to spin this way because I don't want to get hooked in with his grapple or his harpoon on the front and pulled into his his ram. Sorry, mine brain fart. All right, so now I believe, let's see if I'm in range of him. Yes, I am in medium range. So my car, we're gonna go ahead and with a crew of 2, we're gonna do 1 rocket attack, which is 6 dice. But real quick before, I just realized he is, I gotta check range with some of these turrets on my car. Out of range there, and in range for that one. So go ahead and roll 2 against my car for the turret. 1 hit, I get 4 chances to evade. None. So my car will take 1 damage from that. That turret is activated. Alright, now I get 6 dice in rockets. Let me collect my dice, make sure I'm doing everything right real quick. Yeah, alright. So I'll just roll them right here. 6 dice in rockets coming in. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And you get 1 dice to evade. Nothing. So you take 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Yep, 5 damage. And rockets, I only have 3 rockets, so that will put me down to 2 rockets there. And then I believe the rockets have some special stuff. So let me just put this down real quick one more time to make sure we are doing everything that we need to do with the rockets. We want to make sure we play a good game here and follow the rules. So when I know that there's some special rules on a weapon like rockets, I'm going to check just real quick. Let's see, rockets. It's got blast and a highly explosive. So you immediately gain 1 hazard, so you gain 5 hazard because of the blast. And then explosive, or is it highly explosive? Rockets are highly explosive, plus 2 to explosion checks. Alright, cool. So it was good that I checked that. And now we do have also, I said my machine gun was going to be coming in. So that's 2 dice from the machine gun. Nothing. Alright, so that is my car's activation. Now we have to see if at all my truck is going to make it out of this little situation. I think I'm going to go ahead and swerve with him as well. Taking the swerve, put it this way. Yep, alright, I think he just barely avoids any collisions with this swerve. Oh, well, you see right there, it just barely tucks in underneath of that barrier there. So he will collide with that barrier. I'll just set him in right there. And then I'll do all the rolling of dice that I need to do for him. So these cones are not disturbed because he couldn't make it there. So he'll take one hazard from the maneuver, so he'll go ahead and roll his 2 dice. 2 shifts. I'm just going to go down 2 hazard, which will put me at 3. And then we have a heavyweight object with a head-on collision. So that's 4 dice. 1 weight class heavier is +2. So comes my brother rolling 6 dice against my truck for this collision. 1 damage. Alright. I do declare an evade, obviously. So I get 4 chances to try and evade. 1 damage. Nothing. So my truck will take 1 damage. And 1 hazard. So we got 6 health left on the truck. He's in 4th gear, 4 hazard. The car has 5 health left, 4th gear, 4 hazard. And on the bus, we have 8 health, 1st gear, 6 hazard. Then we will, that is the end of that round. No one else can activate. So we will move back in to round 1. So, let's think. Okay, so if we forgot to move pole position, I believe you're supposed to move pole position every gear phase. Luckily, that didn't really affect anything, since my brother could only activate in the 1st gear phase. But also, with audience votes, if he starts a turn without any active vehicles, he gains 2 votes. So we went up to the 4th gear phase, so that'd be 3 turns. So he gets 2, 4, 6 audience votes. And, so yeah, he can just spend those on some special things like burn rubber, thunderous applause, executive intervention, reload, and that's it. Because in this mode, you are not allowed to respawn any vehicles. So we can spend 1 or 2 votes on those things. We're back in 1st gear, and he does have the 1st activation. So go ahead.
Alright. I'm gonna do a hard turn.
Alright, he's trying to ram me. You rolling any dice?
I am.
Alright, go ahead and roll those. Slide and slide.
So I'm gonna use my extra shift to get rid of 1 slide.
Alright, or you don't get an extra. Oh yes, you do get an extra shift. You could push it and re-roll.
Yeah, actually, I think I might do that.
Alright, so you'll go up to 7 hazards. Shift and a hazard.
So I'm gonna shift.
You're gonna wipe out anyway, so.
So I'm gonna use my extra shift to get rid of the hazard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna shift up 1.
Alright, so he goes to 8 hazard. And then he will get to move. And he will crash into my car. Right there, nice collision. So, are you declaring an attack? Or a smash attack or an evade?
Smash attack.
Alright, since my car is a little weak thing, I'm going to try and evade his attack. So, you are going 2nd gear. We will call this a head-on collision. 2nd gear, the ram gives him +2. And then he also has 2 for being 2nd gear, and then 2 more for being 1 weight class heavier. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. There you go. Go ahead and roll them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage into my car. I've got 4 to try and evade. No evades. So I will take 4 damage, putting me down to 1 health. Then we both take 1 hazard. And then my brother's reminding me that he is in range of a couple of turrets here, it looks like. Let's just check. That one there, we clearly know he's in range of. This one just out. This one just in. So we got 2 turrets attacking him. Just mark both of those. So here's the first turret. Nothing. And the second turret, 1. You get 2 to try and evade. Nothing. So you take 1 damage. Alright, and now we move into the wipeout step. So he has 6+. So we start with a flip check. Go ahead and roll. 1. So he does flip. So you take 2 damage. You move a medium straight. So we'll just go ahead and measure like that. Boom. You can go ahead and drop that cone there if you would like. Alright. Ended right where it started. And then you reduce your gear to 1. Remove all your your hazard tokens. Then I can face you whichever direction I'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and face you this way, so you have to back out of anything. If you were, alright, and that is the end of your activation. So then in that case, just checking a couple things. Alright, it is my turn to activate. So I'm going to activate, what am I going to do? We're just going to go ahead and activate the truck and do a gentle turn. And since I collided with these here, we do this most of the time. If they are touching like these two are. Says I have to flip over the bus, somebody commented. That is just when it is wrecked, which would mean it gets down to 0 points. At this point, it is just wiped out. So we don't actually flip it over until it's completely wrecked out. Thank you, though. So yeah, we count, since those are touching, we will count those just as 1. So that way I can actually get out of this obstacle. That's how we do it all the time here. So, 4th gear. I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2 handling. Well, am I? Yes, I will go ahead and roll my 2 handling. 2 shifts. I will use those both to go down 2. So, yeah, boys, that's okay if you've been playing wrong. It's not a big deal, but I just ask that you maybe... We try and keep this a family-friendly channel, so just watch what you say in your comments, please. So we will go ahead and move him there. And that is good. Looks good. So, yeah, that's his activation. Alright. No turrets in range. That is the pickup truck. Now for the car. Alright, so he's kind of past me now. I gotta figure out how to swing around and get back to him. How do I want to do this? Alright, I've got an interesting plan. It's a little risky, but we're going to go for it. I'm going to take a medium straight. This gives me a free shift. I have 3 to roll. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a slide, which will take me about to here, and I can get a spin to bring me the rest of the way around. Hopefully. Roll. We got the spin. 2 shifts. I'm going to go ahead and push it, which will bring me up to 6 hazards, and re-roll the 2 shifts. I'm looking for a slide. We got the slide and another spin. Alright. So, it looks like I'm wiping out here because I can use my free shift to cancel the spin. So, I will take a slide, which will put me here. Just barely from crashing. But it looks like... Actually, I'm going to slide this way. And then when I spin, it'll take me to right there, and I'll stop right before I would hit that post. So that is with that. But I do end my activation with 6 hazards. So here we go with a flip check. I'm looking for a 4 or higher. Got it with a 6. So in that case, I reduce my current gear to 1. First gear, lose all my hazard, and then you get to spin me whichever direction facing you'd like. Alright, it looks like he's going to be nice and not cause me to collide with anything. Yes. But I do get shot at with the turret. So go ahead and roll for that. No damage. That is nice to see. So that is the end of this gear phase. So, go ahead and pass me pole position as we move into the second gear phase. Alright. So, looks like the only one that can activate is actually my pickup truck. So, we'll go ahead and activate him. He will take a turn. I'm gonna really try hard not to, hopefully not crash into my car. Alright, looks like I won't crash, which is nice. I will take a hazard though. Not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my 2 handling though. Hopefully I can get like a spin or something to help me get to where I'm looking. 2 shifts. So I'm going to push it, which will bring it to 3 hazard. And reroll just 1. 2 shifts. Alright. So I'll just use both of those to go down 2 hazard, which will take me to 1, but then I gain 1 from the maneuver, so I'm at 2 hazards. Truck ends there. And then it looks like 2 turrets get to shoot at him, so go ahead and roll those. 3 damage. Here's me rolling defense. I avoid 2. That's nice. Which will put me at 5 health. Go ahead and roll the second turret. 1 and defense. Nothing, so I will take 1 more from that. Putting my pickup truck down to 4. Alright, that is the end of this gear phase. Since technically you would start a turn, since I would pass to, my turn now goes to you, and you don't have a vehicle to activate, you will get 2 audience votes. Comes back to me, that is the end, so pole position passes to you. Move to gear phase 3. And now it would be your turn. Again, you don't have anybody to activate. So 2 more audience votes. Remember, with audience votes, you can use them to shift up gears and stuff whenever you want, which can be helpful. You can let you shift up gears, take away hazards, give people hazards, different things like that. It's a very interesting like balancing point in the game. So, my truck is the only one that can activate. I believe what I will do is I will go ahead and I think I'm just going to turn again with him. Yeah. So I will go through that turret. I will actually crash into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the hazard from that and not roll any die. Any dice, and then this will come around. Boom. Crash right into that turret. It will evade, but of course it gets 4d6 because I crashed into it. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. We got 4 to evade. I evade 1. It will take 3. Both of my cars are now down to 1, and I get 2 hazard. This is not looking very good. I've played some really fun games against my brother on this team, me using my team and him using his team. Did take away that turret. And there's some really fun things. It's very hard with him. You have to try and get behind him, because the way his strategy works is he shoots you with a harpoon and then pulls you in straight into his ram, which he has right in the front. and deals a ton of damage to you with. It's a very good team. And so with my team, I set up kind of over here and was trying to come around behind him, because that's like his vulnerable side is behind him. You don't want to be in front of him. But we had some it was very messy getting in here. Usually when we set up, a lot of times these barriers aren't right here. So if he sets up down here, what I can do is set up one car here and one car over here, bring one car in and around, and this car can come around this way and get him as he comes straight down the street. But these barriers here kept me from being able to set up right here, because I would hit those. So I will. So that is the end of my turn. So that is the end of that gear phase. We will now go to gear phase 4. Just kind of want to explain my team thinking a little bit when I was building these teams. Also, I totally forgot, with the highway patrol at the beginning of the game, I'm supposed to declare a bogey, which is the person we're chasing. Obviously, that is the only bogey. And just what that does is it gives me some special things. Like if the bogey is right in front of one of my cars, I get another movement step. I can choose to take another movement step if I'd like. And I gain audience votes from wiping it out and stuff like that. It's very, very fun perk class to play. I really enjoy it, because it lets you move a lot faster depending on where the other players place their cars, which is very fun. Although, when going against this guy, it's hard because you don't want to be in front of him. So when you start out the game, it's really hard to take advantage of that because you're trying to be around him and not right in front of him. So pole position does pass to me. My truck is, again, the only one that can activate. I'm going to just take a gentle this time. Alright, in 4th gear, I'm going to go ahead and roll my 2 dice. A spin and a shift. We'll just cancel the spin and leave him how he is. He moves there. Alright, and then you would get 2 audience votes because you don't have anything to activate. And that is the end of the 4th gear phase in round 2. We move back to the 1st gear phase. You have pole position once again, and the lumbering bus gets to move once more.
So I'm gonna do executive intervention.
Alright, so that is 2 audience votes. Boom, 2 audience votes.
And put 5 hazards on one of your guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
it says put enemy vehicles on 5 hazards. So my car is going to be at 5 hazards also?
I'm gonna put him here.
It says put the car at 5 hazards. He is already at 5.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like if he was at 2, you could bring him up to 5. So both of them now have 5 hazards. Alright, and then what else are you going to do?
Alright, I'm gonna go drive backwards.
Go in reverse. You can only go in, just to let you guys know, the way reverse works is you can only go in reverse when you're, you only can go in reverse. Sorry, I was checking some settings on my recording here. So yeah, if you can only go in reverse when you're in 1st gear, and it's basically the same as moving forward, but it's not like it's not like it's a big deal, really. Sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things at one time. Let me focus on one thing. So it's not like it's that much different. You just put the template behind the car, as you can see here. Alright. This is my first time live streaming like this all at one time, so just a lot of things you have to focus on. Sorry about that. Go ahead and finish up your turn.
So I'm not gonna roll handling dice.
Okay, just take your free shift.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift up.
Alright, we'll just give you 1 hazard.
Right, and then it does look like I do crash.
Yeah, it looks like you maybe, let's just send down the template and roll them to the end. It looks like you actually clear it.
Okay.
Alright, that's nice. Alright, let me pull the template forward a little bit, so I'm just going to push them back just a tiny bit. Alright, so is that your turn?
That is my turn.
I'm just going to check with some of these. It looks like you are in range of that turret there, but that is it. So, the turret will attack with 2 dice. 1 hit. You have 2 of evade. No evade, so you will take 1 damage from the turret. Alright, I will now activate my truck. I will be using a turn. Alright, it looks like I'm going to get around there and be able to actually shoot at him for once with my truck. Now that he's at 1 damage. Alright, or 1 health. Rolling his 2 skid dice, 2 shifts. We're going to use those to cancel the hazard that comes with the maneuver and cancel 1 other hazard, bringing me down to 4. Alright, come around the corner, crash into a cone. Alright, and now you are definitely within medium range, which means, yes, everything can be shot at you. With my pickup truck crew of 3, we have a heavy machine gun, a machine gun, and a handgun. We will be shooting all 3 at you, which is 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. And 6. Alright, here we go. There's 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 4 damage. You got 2 to evade. No evades. So, that is all his health down. We'll just finish up with the wreck of him to see if he takes out any of my cars with him as he goes. So, you move a short straight forward. Just go ahead and roll him forward. Boom. It's kind of a long maneuver when you have such a big car. Then he will become a wreck, and this is when you flip him over. And now they become a terrain piece. And then, an explosion check. So go ahead and roll 1 die. You have 3 ammo along with you. So 6 plus 3, you definitely explode. So you will now get to roll some damage to me. You are a heavyweight vehicle, which means you get 6 dice to roll at my pickup truck because I am within medium range. 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. I got 4 to try and evade. There's nothing I can do, actually. I evade 1, but my pickup truck is also out. So we'll take care of him after that. So that's with him. I move a short straight forward. It's about there. I become a wreck. Then I get to roll my explosion check. A 5. Have no ammo, so I do not explode. But what a crazy ending of the game. So just a quick overview. We had my brother's bus start here, and my 2 vehicles start over here. I'm just going to hold here so you can kind of get an idea of the entire game. His bus came in this way, slid, went around this way, crashed into the back of this, and then backed out there where I was able to make him explode. My car came around this way, took a couple shots at him right here, and then came around and crashed over here, but did not run out of health, which is great. Ended with 1 health. My truck came in this way, crashed a little bit up in here, but slid through that way. Came around this side to do the final shots right into the side of the bus for the win, but what a valiant ending where both things explode. Thank you. It was a good game, brother. Alright, so hopefully I will... Sorry I wasn't able to get out as many videos as I thought over break. I just got really busy with family and the holidays and everything like that. So I hopefully will be working on... I have a cool idea for a little bit. I may try doing some more live streaming like this, where instead of doing the whole big production on a video, I just live stream it. The video won't be as high quality, but I will hopefully be able to get out a few more, which will be nice because I'll be able to continue adding to the videos. So we'll be trying that sometime soon. I want to talk to you guys about the next 2 time extended, which you can get on the you can get both of those on the Gaslands website along with the first time extended. So 1, 2, and 3, very cool additions to the game. Highly suggest them. They add some amazing things. If you at least just read through them, they are very cool. Thanks to my brother for playing again, and hope to see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. This is Bird Guy Games. I'll see you later.